Do you think that your leader, Hakeem Jeffries, will endorse the effort?
Well, Joe, we're willing to try anything at this point. As we've done in the past, we'll do again. We need to make sure that we keep this a hot issue every day. It is critical. It's a critical issue to the security of America. It's a security issue with all the countries that surround the Ukraine, be it Poland or the Balkan countries. It doesn't matter. This is a symbol, but it's very tangible. You can see, you could feel it every day. People are being slaughtered every day, and Ukraine has a right to defend itself, but it needs the equipment. It needs materials in order to defend itself, and the United States is a major part of that. So whether it's a discharge petition or the House Speaker gets some guts and worries more about the security of the nation than the security of his own job, we'll have a different kind of thing. It's in a tough situation. We want to help him, but we're not going to go away and we're not going to yield.
Well, sir, of course, it's not just Ukraine aid that is at stake here. It's aid for Israel as well. And as we talk about perhaps Republican reluctance to support the Ukraine aid in particular, how much Democratic reluctance will there be to unconditionally support Israel, given the very high civilian casualties we are seeing in Gaza?
Well, Kailey, it's very interesting that it's come down to, as your question would indicate, Ukrainians versus the Israelis. And the United States has made a very, very strong decision. The administration has, and many of us in the Congress. And that is regardless of where we were before, and regardless of what we feel, how deeply we feel about the loss of Palestinian lives, that we made a decision on October the 7th that Israel reaffirms, we reaffirm Israel has a right to defend itself. And we've made that decision. But the other side, which is, look, they got a history of games over the last year and 2 months. The fact of the matter is we need both of these. They're both critical for the United States. I would say Ukraine is even more critical in terms of our own security. That doesn't make the Israeli situation any less important, not at all. I think we do both of these things. I think the package was an excellent one that was put together by the Senate. There were compromises in there. There was even a part on immigration, and we're not even going to get to that. Here we are, told to say, let's get together. We'll come up with an immigration policy, which we haven't done. There have been many times in the past 10, 15 years that we've had legislation that can't get through because for this little minor detail or that major detail. We can work together. I think the senator from the Republicans worked very hard, and so did Mr. Schumer. They've come up with, I think, and their aides have come up, I think, with a very good solution to this, to work together to have the aid for all of these. And to leave anything out, which has been done in the past, is not going to work. It doesn't help Israel.
Let me ask you this then.
And it doesn't help Ukraine.
Congressman, your speaker wants to cut them up, though, bring a Ukraine funding bill to the floor. You've already seen an Israel funding bill come to the floor, and that didn't play out so well. And then I suspect there'd be a third one for Indo-Pac and Taiwan. Do you have the numbers to pass those on an individual basis?
I think we do. And it would seem to me, we just had for instance, a press conference before we left last week, and Republicans were there. Joe Wilson was there, very, very conservative, but he loves his country, and he understands how critical this is for the security of your country. It's not enough to say you're for America or you support the United States. You got to do something about it. And if you're going to get instructions from outside, then that's not going to make a good solution at the end when it comes time to vote. And that's the situation that we are in now. You got to stand up for America, and now's the time to vote for all of these factors that are considered in security for our greatest country.